Hello everyone, welcome. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if my patrons and subscribers, welcome my little astronaut. So thank you all of you guys who have participated in group one. We are still going through the process, but thank you all who have participated. If you did have applied to be one of my top subjects or participants, you have received an email. I will respond back. So definitely check your emails if you have not checked your emails already. This is being live streamed on June 7, 2021 at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's been some issues going on. I've been kind of relaxing a bit. In New York lately, it has been around 91 degrees. And when the sun is really hot, you tend to have headaches. So I've been relaxing a little bit. But anyway, I'm back. So do not worry. If you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, just check the description below. And here's some quick disclaimer. All right, so anyway, let's begin today's video. We're going to be talking about Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. They have announced that they're going to be not only blocking the filibuster, they will also be blocking the Voting Rights Act. And I want to know, where will they stand going forward, and will they even win re-election come 2022 midterms? So let's take a look at that as well. Let's see. I mean, honestly, I'm just shocked right now, but I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised that I even called it that those two people are going to be the problem for the Democrats. So let's see. All right, so Spirit Angels, tell me, what messages do we have about Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema from Arizona and Joe Manchin from West Virginia? Why are they doing what they're doing? Why are they blocking every Democratic initiative? Why are they blocking every Democratic initiative? Okay. One more card, please. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I hope you guys can see. I have not done this kind of setup in a long time. All right. So we have the page of swords here, right? And so this is kind of like the Democratic Party. These are two Democrats who come from states that either vote heavily relying Republican, or states who were Republican and now voted Democratic. And here we have the page of swords. So this is them, both Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, the two Democrats, right? The conservative Democrats. We have here, since Donald Trump is out of office, they don't have an excuse. They voted 50.4% during Trump's entire 4 years in voting for a lot of Trump's agenda. So again, why are they still trying to defend Donald Trump? Are they secret Republicans? That would be an interesting topic to talk about. We have the devil in reverse, right? So this is 45. This is the 45 in reverse. And so they're on top. They're thinking that they're slaying the game, like they have the power, and that they think that they thank Donald Trump for giving the power to, make decisions at their own will or at the mercy of the country. We have here again the Republicans are out of power, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, literally, everybody went out and tried so hard to get the Democrats in for them to just throw it all away. Here we have is the Fool card. They literally think that they're not going to lose re-election if they follow or try to appease the independents and the Trump Republicans. If I know anything about Trump Republicans, they do not care how hard you try. They will vote you out if someone says that you are a Democrat who like to eat children. On the bottom of the deck here is we have the Lovers card. They're not going to be able to get that bipartisan support that they're hoping for. So I don't know what they're doing, but they're definitely not doing something right. And this is talking about political. They're trying to gather bipartisan support from Republicans and Democrats. I can understand Joe Manchin because he comes from a reliable red state that voted 40 points for Donald Trump in the 2020 election, whereas Kyrsten Sinema, Joe Biden won the state. So I don't know why there's an issue for one of them, at least, especially Kyrsten Sinema. Well, let's see. Spirits and Angels, tell me what is going to happen going forward with the Voting Rights Act. What do we need to know about the Voters' Rights Act? What do we need to know? Okay. What else? What's going to happen going forward? Is it still going to get passed? Okay. Yep. All right. I need a little bit more information than that. Thank you. One more. Thank you. All right. So basically what ends up happening is, hello everyone. As you see on the screen right now, we have 34% of YouTube recommending our content. The best ways for us to raise this number or bar higher is by subscribing, hitting the bell icon, and liking this video and sharing it with other people. And don't also forget to comment in the section below what you think of the video and its content. It will be extremely helpful for us getting other people to know all about our channel, what we do here. If you do love the channel, definitely try to help out as much as you could. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the content. Bye. All right, so sorry about that. That was just a little advertisement for my channel. We have the five of wands, right? We're talking about the path or the future of the John Lewis Voting Rights Act in the Senate or in the potential future. We have here, it took a lot of hits, and it does feel like it's standing on its last stand. I do feel like it has one more trick up its sleeve. And here we have is President Biden, the emperor. And what this tells me, this could be like an executive order, but then again, executive order doesn't have as much power as we initially think they do. We have the Democrats. It feels like this is Joe Biden, but he doesn't have the support of the Democrats because they fear that if Joe Biden takes this avenue, the Democrats are going to be almost giving the Republicans to overturn it in 4 years if they win an election. We have the Three of Swords. So they're trying to play the game carefully. They're trying to figure out a way on how to pass this bill without trying to give the Republican Party an edge. So let's see. What is the future of the John Lewis Act or the Voting Rights Act, since it's been killed and have been announced that it will not gain all Democratic support in the Senate? Okay, I don't get why. They're trying to appease something that not even there. All right, so we have here, it's all fun and games, the big lie, right? It's all fun and games for both the Republican Party and for Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. They think they're having a fun time. They feel like this is the best time. They feel like this is the best hour for America, really. And this is my election card. A lot of you guys know this is my election card. People from different diversity coming to a common ideology of voting, right? This is ironic that this card came out. Then we have here people making plans, family linked together, right? People in this generation has been voting consistently, at least in a particular area. This had all started happening around the time that Donald Trump lost the election, but refuses to acknowledge that he lost. The bottom of the deck here we have is the Devil card. What tells me is it's Donald Trump, and this is kind of like almost like I would not be surprised if they were secret Donald Trump supporters. I would not be surprised if that was the case. Okay, so we have here is, let's move this here. We have the card that comes between the fun and the diversity is that it's going back to the past. So the past of 1960. So again, a lot of you guys know this is my JFK card. This is ironic again that it came out like this. The fact that it's going back to the time during the Civil Rights Movement, right? It is going back there. And the fact that a lot of people didn't always have the key or the opportunity to vote, but there were limitations to voting. And here we have people making a plan and the refusing to leave. It's going to gain a lot more support for the bill. Like they will have no choice but to pass this. We have the natural. It's a natural thing to do. It's to allow all humans to have the ability to vote. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing in a normal democratic country, which America is by far not. The card that comes following after that is it's going to really depend on whether or not these people are going to be censored or put to jail for the crimes against humanity, basically. That's what they're doing. They're taking people's rights away at the expense of other people, at the expense of their own will. And the card that follows here is that they're going to find evidence or find something, and it's going to pass. It does feel like maybe voter suppression, maybe there's something breaking that's going to come out in the news that's going to talk about this in a more more deceiving way or a more way that's going to make people change their minds and make them more understanding of what's happening, what's going on. And so we have the double card here, right? We have balance in reverse. So right now, the White House is not balanced. And we all know that. That's because Biden wants to get his agenda through, but people in the Senate are not passing it, but the people in the House are passing it. It's like a whole thing. Right now, we have Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Right? This is Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden. This is the problem. The problem is their inability to speak to one another, right? Now, yes, they're speaking to one another, but they're not getting things done. Nancy Pelosi's getting things done in the House of Representatives, and I do feel like there's a Chuck Schumer as well, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, right? It should be like this. Chuck Schumer on top, Nancy Pelosi on the bottom, because she is the House of Representatives, right? So she is the bottom chamber, and the Senate was a Chuck Schumer is the upper chamber, which she should be like that, but it's in reverse, which tells me that right now the Senate is unbalanced, and that is because we don't have a clear idea of what's going on with the Senate and the presidency, right? The fact is that they are scared that they're going to lose the election come 2022. You're damn right you're going to lose, but it ain't going to be for the reason you think it is. And we have joy and happiness. They're not going to be very happy because what they're going to end up finding is that it's not going to be as competitive as they initially think. Now, I do see this is for a lot of states that I do feel like this is the midterms and the Senate, and it's going to go blue. But that only really depends on whether or not they're going to pass it through. If they don't pass this, it's going red. And we have here, and it might not be a celebration along the way with election. Again, this all has to do with Chuck Schumer in reverse again, and it looks like a no-win. So as of right now, I would certainly say I don't see the Voting Rights Act getting passed anytime soon. At least not within the next 2 years, which is sad because that's what they need to get rid of gerrymandering. But I guess that's not going to happen this next 2 years. So this should be interesting to see how this all plays out. All right. The next thing is, let's take a look at Joe Manchin. And then at the end of the video, we'll look at whether or not will they lose. So while you're waiting for me to do this, you might as well just watch. Have you ever wondered how you can submit your own questions or reviews, whatever video recommendation, or you feel like I'm not responding back to your messages because particularly it may have been getting buried in YouTube comment section? Well, do not worry, I have a solution for you. So go to my most recent video, and you will find here, just say for example this video, right? The evidence, and you go to the description, and you hit right here, submit your question and topic or video request here. You click on that, and it'll take you to my website where you can find tons of different things. You can even donate to India for the help with COVID-19. You can book a reading with me. This is my website. You will go to my YouTube channel and hit submit your video request here. It will take you to a Google form, and you guys can fill out all your questions here. And you could type in your question. Whatever. I'm going to return you back to your content, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I just wanted to let you guys know of a brand new feature I included on my channel. All right, so let's talk about Joe Manchin. Spirits and Angels, tell me, what do we need to know about Joe Manchin? Is he going to lose in 2022? Is Joe Manchin, Senator Joe Manchin, going to lose in 2022? Okay, that's the final outcome card. All right, so we have here that this is where he feels. He feels tied up. He wants to vote with the Democrats, but he can't because he's in a conservative state that voted 40 points for Donald Trump in the 2020 election. He used to win West Virginia. It used to be a reliable Democratic state during Bill Clinton era, but had quickly switched over to the Republican Party since George Bush in 2000. So he is the last conservative Democrat in West Virginia. He was the former governor. He's very popular, but he has been losing for quite some time now, especially ground game. We have here tonight of stories. He's trying to make his last-ditch effort to save his Democratic Party in the state of West Virginia to make sure that they have a living chance. But that has become an increasingly hard for him to continue doing that. We have here as well the Ace of Swords. This is the incumbent being shoved through the crown and being removed from power. This is in the past, right? He's been undefeated Democrat in the West Virginia, no matter however reliably red they vote. However, in the King of Swords, we have here we have the incumbent. He is the incumbent, right? That's why he's challenged right now in the 2022 midterm. And I do not see the voters choosing him as the next senator in 2022. It does feel like he's going to lose. Yeah, he's going to lose. Joe Manchin will lose his Senate seat in 2022 Senate race. So one Democrat down. And I think the thing that's going to make him lose is the fact that he alienated a lot of Democratic voters within his own county, his own state, that even the Republicans that go to his party are not going to twist over to him. They're going to vote Republican. So he really lost both. He really lost both parties. So you're gonna, if he tries to run, he's gonna lose, and he's gonna lose big, like really big, probably one of the biggest margins, like 70-20. All right, let's take a look at Kyrsten Sinema, and then at the end we'll end it off with the filibuster. Spirit Angels, tell me, what do we need to know about Kyrsten Sinema and her 2022 Senate race in Arizona? Is she going to win re-election? Now, again, she is very unpopular in the state of Arizona compared to her other Democratic colleague, Mark Kelly, in the state of Arizona, who actually votes heavily Democratic compared to Kyrsten Sinema, who votes very moderate or very conservative compared to her record, which makes no sense. Okay, so let's see. So we have here on the top is we have death card, right? When she won in 2018, it meant the death of the Republican Party in the state of Arizona. The thing that goes in the middle, the thing that falls in the center is that victory. She may not win again. This is her victory against Martha Masali in the state of Arizona, who was an appointed senator who, in John McCain's seat when he sadly passed away. However, she never won any election because she lost twice. And we have here in the past, the Democrats have trusted Kyrsten Sinema with their vote. However, it does feel as if they're not going to vote for her back into office. I do feel like they may primary her and get rid of her before she even gets on the Democratic ballot. And that will be on her undoing. At the bottom of the card, it does feel like, again, she's going to end up losing either her Democratic primary and not even make it to the senatorial election, or she will be removed or ousted by the voters in the state of Arizona. She will not be able to hold on to the Republican base. So I don't know what she's doing, but she's not being smart. I'll tell you that. She is not being smart. All right, so final outcome card. Will she be ousted from the Democratic primary in Arizona before it even gets to the Senate race in Arizona in 2022? She won't make it past the Democratic primary. She'll lose. That's what I feel like. That's what the Democrats' plan is to try to oust her in the Democratic primary, the same way Donald Trump is trying to, quote unquote, drain the Republican swamp, anybody who goes against him. But that's not the same ideology. But the Democrats are trying to remove her because she's not sticking party lines. She's just like another Republican at this point. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's take a look at the filibuster. Because I know some of you guys asked. Let's see. Will there be a talking filibuster? Spirits and Angels, tell me, will there be a talking filibuster? Will there be a talking filibuster in the future? Thank you. Will there be a talking filibuster? Okay. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, right? This is Donald Trump leaving his presidency. The Donald Trump presidency has taught the Democrats a lot that they have done, like don't change the filibuster, to 51 just to push through Supreme Court nominees, because now it has bit them in the butt, and now they have 3 conservative justices on the Supreme Court. We have here on the left side is we have the star card, and this is sideways. And what this time is all about democracy and whether or not it's all about America. Do you care for America or you don't? That's the ideology behind this. And underneath the Knight of Wands here, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of Pentacles, I believe it's 7 or 8. I'm not exactly sure. I don't count. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And so what just tell me that they're working on something, but the question is, will they be able to work hard enough? I mean, come on. We're literally almost 6 months into Biden's presidency, and they still haven't gotten the filibuster, any of those, what's it called, the John Lewis Act done. They didn't get the George Floyd Act done, the LGBT one. I mean, come on. Like, they're not getting anything done. They barely got the infrastructure done. And so they need to come up with a plan, and they need to come up with this soon. And the people who are stopping it, it's not even Joe Biden's fault. It's Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin. And we have here the Queen of Pentacles, and here it is sideways. And so this is very interesting and very significant because it's 2 women. The energy is 2 women. We have Nancy Pelosi on the left, and then we have here Kyrsten Sinema on the right, because she is trying to destroy democracy. I'm telling you. So if you live in Arizona and you don't like how she's doing, don't be fearful of her. Just vote her out of the primary. What else do we need to know about this filibuster? Like Joe Manchin, I can understand though, because he's from a conservative state that voted 40 points. Kyrsten Sinema, not so much. She comes from a twin state, for God's sake. And we have the 9 of Pentacles here on the left, right? We have the voters. This is what the voters want. That in order for them to pass any sort of bill, they need at least 60 Senate votes to pass any sort of legislation, major legislation. The card that falls underneath it is reversed. It's the Hermit, and this is unpredictability. It's unpredictable what's going to happen with the filibuster as of right now, now that Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin are not willing to budge on the issue. And here we have, in the future, we have the Ace of Wands. Something's going to come out about them, too, that might force their hand to do it. There might be, like, political pressure. It might be some scandal that comes out about them, and they're going to have to step down or something like that, or might be primaried out. There's going to be some sort of scandal, and they're going to be released by the Democrats. We have here, they're not fooling around. They're going to release the secrets if they don't fall party lines and do what's right for the American people, because they voted them in and they're refusing to do what they promised. So this is what I'm getting for today's video and reading. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. I love you and have a very beautiful night, and happy Pride. I'll see you soon. Bye.